So colder and quiet start to the day. It's definitely colder than what we have been experiencing the last couple of mornings. Yesterday we started the day in the 40s in a lot of spots. Today starting in the 20s for most of the area. But as Jay mentioned, you will need that umbrella later on today because heavy rain arrives late this afternoon and will last through most of the overnight. A widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain is in the forecast, and then breezy conditions with a little bit of a break on the way for Friday. We'll get some clearing. Do not think it's going to be cloudy and kind of dreary all day on Friday. We'll clear the skies out and warm the temperatures up. It's going to be feeling like spring out there, low 60s, but that's going to lead to a few scattered showers and a storm or two there for Friday afternoon. Temperatures out there right now ranging from the low 20s in Monticello, mid 20s Manchester. We were into the upper 20s here in Lexington, but have warmed up just a little bit. We're mainly 10 to 20 degrees warmer than colder, that is, compared to where we were at yesterday at this time, thanks to clear skies and lighter winds. We are seeing that cloud cover, though, push in from the south and the west, and that's ahead of our next system. Timing this system out here from a regional perspective. So western Kentucky sees that rain during the morning hours through the early afternoon. Here in Lexington, if you have lunch plans, try to get them in early because the late lunch and into the afternoon, that's where you're going to start to see that rain arriving. But it really picks up during the late afternoon and evening commute as this warm front continues to push in. That warm front will lift to our north during the overnight hours. We'll get some breaks, but really I do expect most of the overnight to experience that moderate to heavy rain. Some rain to the south and the east of Lexington to start your Friday. Then as that front passes, we'll get some clearing taking place. And that really allows, notice how those winds are really kind of pushing through that clearing. That's going to happen, and we'll get wind gusts 30, 35 miles an hour possible, and that's going to lead to some scattered activity into the later afternoon and evening. Eventually, we dry things out by Saturday morning. Skies clear out on Saturday afternoon, and we'll eventually warm things right back up on Sunday. So rainfall forecast showing kind of a broad 1 to 2 inches in that darker shade of the green. In the yellow, that's 2 inches plus, and that's really from central Kentucky westward, and that's where we do have that slight risk, or 2 out of 4 risk, for the possibility of isolated to scattered flash flooding instances. It's really going to be low-lying and flood-prone areas. I don't expect widespread flooding with this system for sure. And then mountains of West Virginia with snow melt, and we're going to see a little bit of that in the eastern Kentucky as well. So just keep that in mind. You are going to see rising creeks and streams. This rain is going to be steady for most of the overnight, and roads are likely going to be pretty wet to start your day tomorrow. For today, though, we've got quiet conditions to start the morning. Rain arrives by the late afternoon and evening. Tonight, we fall into the 40s with breezy conditions and that heavy rain. And there's a look at your full 7-day forecast. So drying out on Saturday, a little bit cooler in the 40s, but right back into the low 60s Sunday into Monday.